Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Linda Israel, and thank you so very much for coming to my live stream here on YouTube. I greatly appreciate your support and for taking the time to come here and hang out. There are a few things that I want to go over before the actual live started, so this is a recording. First of all, I want to make sure that you like this video and subscribe, so give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. When you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell up in the corner. That way you'll get a notification whenever I upload a video. I have a broadcast post or even a live stream. If you're watching this video as a replay and you're on a computer, look for the little gear at the bottom. You can change the speed to speed it up. Or if you're on a mobile device, look for the little three dots and usually you can change the playback speed there. My live streams generally last about 2 hours. They can go as long as 3 hours. It kind of depends on what we're working on that day and how the feedback is in the chat. While you're watching, you earn junk bucks. So if you are here in order to get those junk bucks accumulating, go ahead and type hello in the chat and my little bot, Junkie Joe, will see you and then you'll start accruing junk bucks. And you're wondering, well, what do I do with those junk bucks? Well, you can accumulate those, and once you have 2,000 of them, you can type !award and you can redeem them for a $10 off coupon to my shop. You can earn junk bucks while you're here and when you are chatting, as well as when you play the in-chat game. So look for those as they come up, and if you make a donation. For those of you that make a donation during my live stream, make sure that you go over to my website at lindaisrael.com, and if you haven't already done so, create a user account. When you make a donation during my live stream, basically you're buying a membership to my website and to the live stream. In my opinion, what we're doing is you're accumulating that money in my account. Thank you for that donation. And as a reward, you will get 5% off your orders at lindaisrael.com. And during the live stream, if I have a journal that I'm giving away at the very end, you are eligible to win that journal. Anybody that makes a donation gets into that drawing by manually typing in the raffle at the end, but then you also get the discount membership on my website. Thank you to Robin, who is my administrator during the live stream. She helps me out with answering questions as well as giving information. She is also my administrator over at the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, please do. We'd love to have you over there. You're welcome to share what you're working on. Speaking of sharing, during the live today, you can speak up in the chat and say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. You will not be able to share your link to your channel, but you can at least say, hey, my name is, and this is what I do. And then your friends that come into the chat can follow each other. Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. If you will be kind to those that are here. If you have a question, put it in all caps and I'll do my best to answer those. The chat sometimes goes pretty fast, so I don't always see it, so do ask again. And at the same time, if you're in the chat and you know the answer to somebody's question, please speak up and give them the answer. Check the description box for links to products that I share today. Yes, I am an Amazon affiliate, which means I do get a commission on items that you purchase through my link. If you're going to buy something anyway, I greatly appreciate it. It does not cost you any extra. It just gives me a little bit of a commission, which helps me buy products to show you here. If you win one of the raffles, you can start right now by typing !raffle. Do make sure that you go over to my website, and if you haven't already, created a user account. That way I will have your contact information so I can send you your prize. I am starting a raffle right now that is for 200 junk bucks, so you can get well on your way to accumulating your junk bucks. Let's have some fun today and let's get started. Thanks everybody for being here. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you are here today. I was just sitting here going through some of my stuff, and I think I'm going to make up a goodie bag of some mixed media papers, miscellaneous papers. I think that'll go. Maybe this one. This all looks like it's all mostly, what do I want to call this? Sewing themed related. Maybe some pinks and purples. I'm just going to grab a couple more. I see another pink one. Okay. I need to reduce how many of these papers I have so I can make more, right? All right, so I'm going to put this aside. And Robin, after we do the first raffle for the free junk bucks, I will do this sewing themed. I'll put the sewing themed on the front so that I can kind of see it. Sewing themed. Miscellaneous mixed media papers. Hey, Angela, Beverly, Leah, Sandra, Julie, and of course, Robin. Thank y'all for being here. I greatly appreciate it. So glad that Angela could stop by. I know you're a busy lady. And at the end, I have a journal that Raven made that we'll give away as well. All right, so past couple of weeks, has it been a couple of weeks? Something like that. I have been using some of my gel prints and mixed media papers that I have made off and on for a while, and I thought it would be kind of fun to also pair them with some pages out of a calendar. My mother-in-law gave me this calendar that was given to her by Henry's aunt. She had received a whole bunch of calendars in 24, but she didn't use all of them. And I got to looking at the images, and I thought they're just really quite pretty, but how could I use them in a journal? So what I did, I started with this one, is I cut some book pages to be 8.5 by 11, and then I put a border of some washi tape. You know, been trying to use some of that washi tape up. Hey, Amanda, welcome. And then I went on the other side and I used some of my mixed media papers, whether they be gel prints or photocopy / digital prints of my mixed media gel print pages. And today we've got 2 pages to finish as well as the covers. And then I will stitch these together as a kettle stitch. And I am not an expert at the kettle stitch. I just remember doing this years and years ago, probably back in the 1990s. I know the 1900s, I'm so ancient. And so I will show you my technique, and if you want to know a true tutorial, you probably should Google that. All right, so here's what I've got so far. I've got some papers that I picked up. This is another one of the images out of the calendar. So there's the other side. It's a calendar. And what I'm going to do, you're still working but listening. Okay, well, don't get in trouble for listening while you're working, okay? I'm glad you're able to stop in. I'm going to use a little bit of some washi tape to go around the outside edge. Because sometimes washi tape doesn't always stick, I'm using some Elmer's glue stick. If you've been watching a few weeks ago, I went through all of my glue sticks and threw away a whole bunch that had dried out. And it seems like this Elmer's glue stick was the only ones that was still usable. The 1900s, I know. Face purple crying. It was a beautiful calendar, Julie. I loved all the pages, and I was trying to figure out how could I keep those pages intact. And by doing the kettle stitch, instead of traditionally stacking the pages nested with each other, instead, I will stack them one next to each other instead of inside of each other, nested. That way, we'll be able to open each page and see that full image on there. So that was the reason why I want to do the kettle stitch. Another thing is that this will allow those pages to lay flat or relatively flat, depends on how much embellishment that are on the pages. Oops, I just ripped that. But hopefully when I glue the other pieces on there, it will strengthen it up. So we'll pretend that didn't happen. That's how this works. I'll add some more washi tape. And then when I glue on the back side the other pieces of paper, that will take care of that rip. All right, so now what I'm going to do is flip this over. You could choose to cut off the tape. I'm going to go ahead and just fold it to the back side, which will kind of help reinforce the corners. Well, the kettle stitch is a way that signatures were bound. I don't know. I don't know if it's really any better than other stitches, but it will allow me to put my pages together the way that I want, where the whole book is attached to each other instead of to just the spine of a cover. It may not be the most traditional way. I did go around the edges of this image with some distressed ink, so I kind of give that a little bit of a look of distressing aged on there. Now I'm just using some Aleene's tacky glue, and then I'll glue this down to the book page that has the washi tape around the edge. Of course, I am going to show you how to do the kettle stitch today. It just may not be the best video because we're doing it on a live stream and I can't really get a good zoom in. But I think it'll be enough. Alright, so then I chose some papers for the back side. So I'm going to flip this over. And I'll use my bone folder to kind of smooth out that paper. Okay. Now I'm going to take this piece and glue it on the back. This is another one of my gel prints that I turned into a digital download. So if you don't have the ability to create your own gel prints and you love that look, well, check out my website at lindaisrael.com. If you are not a donator on my YouTube, you can place a donation, and when you do, make sure you go over to my website and send me your user ID for YouTube and that you donated, and I will make sure to add you to my membership on my website that allows you to get free digital downloads that I have. Yeah, I've got little goodies to give away today that I was digging around, so I wanted to share those with y'all. All right, so that edge is sticking out just a little bit, so I'm going to trim it just a smidge. Go right across there. Sometimes when I cut my book page, I may not be perfectly straight. That's okay. So see how that turned out? All right, so I'm going to let that rest for a moment. When I've been doing the back side of the pages, I've been making a writing space on this side and a pocket on this side. So I grabbed a few things. Wait. Yeah, here it is. I was like, where'd it go? So I've got a pocket for this side, and I have a couple of images that I thought might look good. I've got a piece that'll go there. I'm trying to decide if I want to add some stenciling, and I also have some watercolor images that I made. We could also get out some rubber stamped images too, so maybe I'll grab the rubber stamps. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's see here. I don't know if I want to use the same colors, but I could use this pink. That could be kind of pretty. And I need something for over here. I like this yellow. Does that stand out enough? I think it might. Let's lay it there for now. And then let's grab a stencil. And I'll put some gloves on so I don't get my hands all dirty. What kind of pattern? And what color? I'm going to use some Distress Oxide. Get a little scrap of paper here. And I'll lay this down. What do I have here? I've got the Feeding Frenzy stencil. I made this a long time ago whenever I was watching the hummingbirds in my backyard, and it made me want to make a stencil that I thought would go well with that. I have Dusty Concord. I think the purple will look good on here. Purple. All right. All right, let's see how this looks. I'm just kind of doing a swirling motion using a blending brush. Oh, you like the hearts on the gel print too? I had fun making those a couple of years ago. Lots of different hearts. I have a whole series of tutorials that I did making heart journal pages. So if you're looking for some hearts that you want to make, you can check those videos out. I kind of like that. While I've got my gloves on, I'm going to go ahead and get my Distress inks and add them to the flowers. Another thing I could do is, I'm pretty sure that I have a heart laying around here. If not, I'll cut one, and maybe we'll put a little heart right behind this yellow flower. Maybe that's what we'll do. So where did I put those? Maybe in here? A while back, I kind of organized some things. Oh, I've got some butterflies. What else do we have here? Oh, that one's empty. Chipboard, chipboard, chipboard. Soda, heart embossed. Oh, these are soda cans. So a long time ago, I would make art using soda cans. That might be a good one to put, I don't know, maybe a little bit smaller. So there's a blue one. I used alcohol inks to change the color. So there's the back, that's the soda can. And then I would just trace the shape onto the soda can. I like that one too. And then I would use my embossing folders in my Big Shot to emboss the images. I don't know if I want that one or not. And then I would come back in with alcohol inks and change the color. Hey, Connie, welcome. So since I just saw these, and I obviously need to use them because I have a bunch, I'm going to get them out and use one or two. All right, let's put that back in here. Oh, so here's one that hasn't been colored yet. So that's what the silver looks like. And then, like I said, I use the alcohol inks and color them. You could also use probably alcohol markers on them. You could use spray paints. There's a lot of different things you can use. I made these little envelopes out of some peach paper that I've had for a while that I had not been using a lot of it. And then I had these weird little paper clips, and then I just kind of put sticky notes on them for now to tell me what was inside. I'm going to flip through here real fast. Oh, I've got some stickers. See if there's anything else that kind of... There's some little sticky notes. So maybe there's one of those we can use. I wonder what I did. Oh, there's they are. There's all my hearts. So I have a whole bunch of heart templates. But I guess I didn't have any other hearts already cut up to use. Stick this back in here. Okay, put this back. All right, let's get these off. Close that up. Okay, so I've got a bunch of different hearts here. So let's see if we were to place one of these, or do we like this one, the yellow, or maybe this blue one? I kind of like that blue one. I think that's what we're going to go with. I know I got them all out and I didn't use them all, but that's okay. We'll set them aside for later. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue that together. And we're going to use some beacon glue on here. All right. Because this is metal, you'll need to use a glue that can adhere to the metal and then to the paper. And this is a gel print, so it is an acrylic paint that's on the paper. So again, regular glue, like Aleene's tacky glue, won't really stick. But by using the beacon glue, it will stick. So I'm just going to place that down and grab an acrylic block to lay on top of that for a second. All right, so let's put, do we want it to go that way or that way? I'm trying not to cover up too much of the heart when I put it on here. All right, I think we're going to go that way. Thank you so much. Ah, that happens, right? They always want to talk to you when I'm like, oh, wait, but I'm doing something else, but I also want to talk to you. Send her the link to my video, Julie, and then y'all can watch and chat together. All right, let's see how this looks. I think I want to go like this and lay that down. All right, so this should be somewhat dry. So I'm going to help it a little bit and fold it. Okay, I want to make sure that it's right side up. And we're going to go over here. And then we're going to put this guy on the page like that. Oh, Margie must be busy doing something else today. That happens. Thanks, Leah. I know my friend Angela. I think. Am I on the big screen, Angela? We need to get together soon. Henry has been really busy, and I have too. I've been working in our yard when we have pretty weather. Today it's cold and dreary. I haven't even looked to see what the temperature is outside. I just know that I went out for a few minutes and it was pretty cold. So me and Hercules came right back in because he was like, I'm not having any of this. This is not fun. But I've been pulling some weeds and grass and then covering it with a barrier cloth and then putting down a layer of wood chips. Here in Oklahoma, there is a place that you can go to that's called chipdrop.com. I think it's chipdrop.com. If you just do chip drop, you'll see it. You have it on the big screen TV and on the phone. Cool, cool, cool. And I ordered some wood chips to be delivered. It's only, they asked for a donation, and the cheapest donation is $20. You can donate more if you want. You tell them what you're looking for, that you're wanting some wood chips. They also have the option that if you are willing to take logs, you can take those as well. And I put in my order, and then next thing I know, that I got an email like a couple of days later, and I was like, wow, that was fast. I think I want to add some other stuff over here. Maybe a word or something. Pardon me while I blow my nose. All of a sudden, my nose got runny. It's 38 degrees right now. It's cold. So I didn't do any work today, but I have been doing some work. Hercules is doing all right. He has seemed to have recovered over the infection that he had in his mouth. He's been a little stomach sick yesterday and today, so I'm hoping that'll pass. You know, sometimes Yorkies have a tendency to get a little upset tummy. Should I use another heart? Maybe this one. I don't want to cover up too much of the writing space. I could swap this around. Let's put that here. Maybe that one up there. I don't like it. Maybe like that. I also have some butterflies here, so I was going to look to see if there was one. Do we want to do a little pink butterfly? Like that? Maybe that would work. All right, let's glue these down. Yeah, the next few days are supposed to be really cold here in Oklahoma. I think that we're supposed to have a deep freeze coming. Like, ugh. So I'm glad I got a lot of the work done that I did. Yeah, sometimes that's what happens. They kind of get a little, problem with their bowels. I'm just trying to watch him, make sure that he's okay. Okay, let's put that one up there. Yeah, he's been doing okay. Oreo is still with us. Maybe like that. Oh no, I got these out because I thought I might use one. And I think what I might do is they're like a little sticky note. What if I were to put one? I think I'm going to add some distress inks to that. There. We get 9 hours of ice tomorrow night according to the AccuWeather. Oh, wonderful, Jennifer. Thanks for that. So, I guess I need to remind Henry to go out there and make sure that our generator starts. And you're probably asking why. Well, here in Oklahoma, our electrical lines are above ground, which I always thought was really dumb because we get ice storms and tornadoes. So why haven't they put those underground? My foreign exchange student that stayed with us several years ago, she said, all of ours are underground in Norway. So if we get an ice storm, what typically happens is the ice causes problems with our power. It could be that the actual electrical lines get weighed down with ice and snap, or a tree that is near the electrical lines falls on it because it snapped. Pardon me, I got the hiccups. Okay, got it. So, that's a hazard that can happen here. So we always have to be prepared just in case. Oh, you're gonna have some great rain? Well, that'll be good. There was a storm yesterday. You've had some crazy storms in Australia too there, Sandra? All right, I think if I put this here, and then do I want to put this kind of tilted and kind of fill this space a little bit? I think that looks good. I'm going to get my beacon glue, put that there. Hercules, what are you doing? He fell the other day. He was climbing up on Henry's recliner and just took a nosedive to the floor. So we've been kind of watching him to see if he gave himself a concussion. He just walked off. Where'd you go? I guess you left. Yes, with that, right after you moved here, we had that huge ice storm that came through, and you had no power. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. We don't do well with ice storms because what happens here in Oklahoma is that we don't get near as cold as some of our northern states do, and the rain will start, but it will stay just barely at freezing, so it doesn't ever turn to snow. Instead, it turns to ice when it gets a little bit colder. Okay, so I think I want some kind of little sentiment to put on the page. Let's see if there's something that we could do. How about peace? Just a real small, and I just saw this blue piece of paper here. We can put peace on the blue piece of paper. The English language is weird. Why do we have so many words that are said in the same way, but are spelt differently and have different meanings? Why do we do that? Why don't we have words that are completely different? Peace. Okay, let's cut this. I May not be able to cut it on this cutter. I may have to switch it around. Let's see. A little bit more. Try to get it straight. Nope, that's too far. Come back. There we go. All right, gotta hold it down. Got it. And look, I still have a little piece I can use. I don't know, maybe like that? Let's add some distress inks to it. I think I need to put that there. Do I have a dove stamp? I don't think. I may have to look. Let's see if I have one. Let's look in here. We'll see if I've got one. Hercules, did you do a bad thing? Did you go in the other room and leave me something on the floor? I sure hope not. All right, so I've got this little notebook. Let's see if there's anything. Nope. Flowers. There's a little bird. That's not a dove, but there's a little bird right there. Let's see what else we have. It's another little bird. Okay. So the only one I see is that one so far. And then I have these. These are a bunch of clear stamps that I've had forever. Many of them were given to me. Oh yeah, I remember these. I got those a long time ago. I've been meaning to use those. Maybe I'll put those in my watercolor box or bag. Halloween. I see butterflies. There's another little bird, like a little robin. Little borders. Those are popsicles and cake. There's an owl. There's a bee and a butterfly. Doggies. There's a little fuzzy chicken. Nope. Let's see. What else do we have here? All right, I'm going to quit here in just a moment, and we're going to, you let me know if you want me to use this little bird. It's not a dove, but we could use it. Yeah, I don't see one in there. And I have more stamps in other places, but these are just what I knew I could get my hands on. So we have this little birdie right here, and we have this little birdie right there. You want the silhouette or the other bird? I think I like this.
Hi, Hercules. What are you doing, buddy? Hi. You want to come say hello? Say hello. Say hello, Hercules. What's up, buddy? Hi. Hello. You smell like dog food. Did you go get something to eat? Huh? Hi. What's up?
Because he's getting so old, I try to pick him up. If he comes to me, then I pick him up and I pet him and love on him, because I don't know how much longer he's going to be with us. Yeah, you're a good boy. Yeah. You can go lay down in your bed now? Okay. I'll put you down, okay? Good boy. I moved some of my other stamps. I don't know if there's, well, I think we're going to go with this. Okay. That little bird will do. Okay, let's do this little bird right here. This little bird will do. Little flowers. I haven't used these. That little bird anyway. Let me find a had paper stuck to it. I may have to clean it real good. All right, so I'm going to clean it because it has a little piece of paper from the backer. So I'm just going to try to wipe it off. Well, it may not come off. That's starting to come off now. All right. Let's move this out of the way for a moment. And let's get out the black ink and a scrap of paper. And let's stamp it a couple of times. Oh yeah, that looks pretty cute. Okay, so where should I put it? Should I put it right here? And then put this kind of above it? Yeah, let's do that. All right, so I'm going to kind of put it on this line. Just make sure I press it really good. Aw, I'm so sorry, Beverly. It's never fun. Like I said, you know, it's such a happy moment when we get our little critters, whether they be a dog, a cat, a hedgehog, whatever it may be. And then we are just heartbroken when they pass. All right, put this over here out of the way. Okay. Now let's glue down the word peace. Maybe I'll put it over here. Yeah, well, I probably have some somewhere else, Julie. I have kind of rearranged all of my rubber stamps because I was selling my own line. Well, I still have my own line that I'm selling, but it was difficult to do a tutorial when people were like, where'd you get that stamp? And I'm like, well, I don't know, 15 years ago when it was on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Okay, I like that. So then on this side, I've got this little butterfly that I thought would look good. And then maybe something a little taller in there. I know I have some more. Oh, wait, they're in here. Let's move this down. I have this journal card that's a tall one. Let's see if it's too tall. No, it's not. I think that'll work. And then maybe some kind of sentiment. Okay, how about love? I've got this size or this size. Big word, big love or little love? Yeah, little bird was kind of cute, wasn't it? Just simple. And I have this one, but I think that one's too big. Big word or little word? Just moving a few things out of the way. Get a drink. I made a mocha coffee. I was gifted a Starbucks mug with some hot cocoa packets, and it said to do a cup of coffee and a cup of water to make the hot chocolate, but I make it with milk and put it all together, and it's pretty good. All right, so I have big love and little love. All right, now I have big love. So the big one just going to look here. Okay, love yourself, which says love. And how about if we do this? How about if I put this love on here? And then that way we have all three elements on this page saying love. How's that work? This was wallpaper. And that was a gel print or mixed media paper. That's a gel print. Big, big love. I'm using the beacon glue because I'm going to place this over that aluminum can, soda can. That works? Okay. All right, I'll put that one here. Put that on top. And then get this one. What has everybody been working on? Have you been doing some creative things? I think Julie said at the beginning that she's been doing some gel printing some hearts. Oh, had to get your headphones so you could hear. That looks great. Thank you, Sandra. You love the pocket. That was a gel print that I made with layers. Lots of layers. Okay, I like that. Make sure this is dry, doesn't have any residual glue. So that one will go here. And then this one will go on top, like that. All right, so we've got this side and then this side. The little birdie turned out cute. Okay, let's move that aside. And let's do the next one. So I had already put down the washi tape because I figured you didn't need to see me do that again. And then I went ahead and put down the calendar image. So I'm going to flip that over. I chose a different, this was a mixed media page where I took a book page and I coated it with white acrylic paint. And then I sprayed it with different colors of Tattered Angels. Then I let that dry, and then I scanned these into my computer and made these into background papers that I thought were kind of fun. Not been creating, kind of burnt out on it, but we'll get back to you. And then, oh, wait, no, that's a lie. You're doing a group swap. Oh, cool. And Julie says she's making a heart-themed journal. And Jennifer says, I am making a quilted journal cover and a felt needle book. Oh, fun. It's been a while since I've made a needle book. They sure are handy to have. I was looking for my quilting thread that I thought I had here at the house, but could not find it. Quilting thread is thicker than regular cotton thread. And I was going to use that for binding this journal together, but I didn't have any here, and I didn't want to drive to the shop to see if I could find some there, which I know I have. It's all with some sewing supplies at the shop, because that's where I used to do my quilting. I'm just kind of smoothing that out. I thought Hercules was under me again. Oh, he is. Hi. What are you doing, buddy? I thought I felt you under there. Did you want to be in my lap? Or do you think because it's 4:30 that you should get some kibble? He's been doing this thing where he thinks he needs to eat a little earlier in the day. All right, so I kind of already have a pocket that I'm going to put on this side. And then I found this piece of paper that I thought would look good over here. And I just saw this scrap of paper that maybe we could put, hi, what you doing, buddy? What you doing? And maybe put a sentiment on top of that. Let's look to see if there's one that fits. For we walk by faith, not by sight. If I turn it this way, for I know the plans I have for you. Will that fit? No. I think this one. And then what I'll do is print it or stamp it onto another piece of paper and layer it. So let's see what I've got here that we could use. I have a piece of blue. That might be a good combo. What you doing, Hercules? Are you being my friend? Henry probably home after a little bit, and the dogs will greet him. All right, let's get that straight. Yeah, if it's dark here earlier with rain, your old girl thinks it's nighttime, so it's dinner time. Yep, I understand that. You're still having problems with your back and your legs, and you're not done much lately. I'm sorry to hear that, Julie. I hope you get better. Oh, I'm sorry, Sandra. All right, I'm trying to get this somewhat in the corner. Stamp that. Okay, put that away. That looks okay. All right. It's over here. Whoopsie. What are you doing, Hercules? What are you doing? Hi. All right, let's trim this down. Don't shake too hard, Hercules. You'll fall right onto my lap. Maybe right about there. A little bit more. He didn't know what to think of my paper cutter making noises. So I was thinking something like that. And then maybe we can put a flower or butterfly or something over there. And I guess we need to do some stenciling on that green paper. Trying to use up some scraps here. Got some distress inks. Okay, those will go there. So what stencil? Since we don't really have a pattern in the background, we have diamonds over there on that card.
What are you doing, little man? I'll put you on your pillow, okay?
Maybe we can do the little daisies. I think that might look good on that green. You're back. Your sister called. Well, I hope she is well. All right, we're going to do little daisies. I'm going to put some gloves on again. I reuse my gloves until they get a hole in them. Oh, and by the way, if you have to be outside and it's really cold and you need to be out there for a period of time, put on a pair of rubber gloves and then put over your insulated outdoor gloves, and your hands will stay warm because of the plastic, I guess, in the gloves, the latex, whatever they're made of, helps insulate your hands. I was working in the yard and I put a pair of these on and then put my garden gloves on, which also help keep the dirt from under my fingernails. And I was noticing my hands never got cold. So who knew? All right, so we've got green. Do we want to do a blue on the green? I think so. I think we could do maybe like Mermaid Lagoon because I like that color and I use it a lot. And it may make it kind of a deeper shade of green. We'll see how it goes. I'm glad. Glad she's okay. Okay, let's see. It kind of makes it a different shade of green, but I like it. Well, I miss Margie today. I'll have to send her a message that I'm thinking of her. I hope she's okay. She probably had company or laid down, took a nap. You never know these days. I keep waking up early in the morning and I can't go back to sleep so that I don't sit there and toss and turn. I'll leave and go into the living room because I don't want to wake Henry up. Well, he got up anyway. So I went back to bed and finally fell back to sleep. Okay. We're getting there. Oh no, I hope you don't lose internet. While I was gone on vacation, our internet here at the house went out. Apparently, the city of Yukon decided to do some work behind our property. And when they did so, they ran over the internet box on our street and destroyed it. And they did not call UNIF, whatever it is. It's the place you call to make sure that they mark where all of your underground lines are. And they did not call those people. And then they did this where they ran over everything. So that those people got called to be told where everything was located. And then they fixed the problem. And then they proceeded to run over it a second time. You know, this is only equipment that cost somewhere around $300,000 because it was a unit that works the whole neighborhood, not just one simple little box. So apparently they're getting fined, which means as a taxpayer, I'm getting fined for their stupidity. I'm like, oh my gosh, people, really? I know we're covering up some of that background, but I think it looks pretty good peeking out around the edges. All right, so then this piece I was thinking of putting here. I don't know if I want to make it even or if I want to slide it over. I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down. Wait, that's a gel print, so let's do this. Yeah, it does sound like they did it on purpose. No, I think they were just dinglings and did not know what they were doing. I drive a earth-moving piece of equipment. That's what I do for a living. Which there's nothing wrong with that, because they usually are pretty intelligent men. They can do some things that most people can't do with those big, huge pieces of equipment. But these people, apparently all they like to do is tear stuff up. It's like, seriously, people. Okay, put that right here. So I was thinking of putting it right there and then maybe finding a flower or a butterfly or something to put over there. I do have this purple heart or this blue one. I think the blue one. Okay, I think I had a plan. Yeah, sometimes they're not the brightest. I don't get it. Some of the things that they do. And there was really no reason for them to be doing what they were doing in the first place. And then to continue with their nonsense is just crazy to me. All right, I think I'm going to lay this here. And then I'll find a little flower in my watercolor flowers and put that on top. In honor of Valentine's Day coming up in just a couple of days, that's why I'm using a few little hearts. Okay. All right, let's put my acrylic block on there. And let's look at the flowers. Do we want, I've got some daisies like I used on the pocket here. And then I have like some geraniums. And I even have some leaves. I'm looking to see if there's another one that I'd rather have. Yeah, okay. Got hot all of a sudden. Ugh. Yeah, at least I was on vacation. Okay, we want to do the next raffle in 15 minutes. Okay, let's do that. That goes over there. Have this shade of pink. And then I think I want this green leaf. Like that? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was off while we were on vacation and I couldn't get it repaired because they had to be able to send me a text message. The last night of our cruise, I was able to get it all set up, and as soon as we got internet, I was able to, or actually cell service, where it wasn't going to cost me, I was able to send them a message, and they responded that they were going to come out and fix it. And then they already knew what the issue was because of course, my neighbor had contacted them. And they even told them to fix my internet while I was gone, but they had not. So when I got a text message, I told them what I thought the problem was. And they said, no, that's not the problem. Because I thought it was a line that got severed because I knew that there was some work going to be done around my yard by somebody else. And that's when I came home and found out that it wasn't the people doing work in my yard, it was the city. And my neighbor was really not happy about it because he witnessed the whole thing. I like it. Apparently this bottle of glue is almost empty. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, let's put this over here. So it's just a page that I pieced together, and then I added some little tabs to make it a pocket. Okay. Let's put that on here. And then that's going to go in the pocket. I don't know that it really needs anything else. I think that works. So I'm just going to lay that there for a moment. All right, so we got another page made. And now I want to work on what's going to be the covers. Because I'm going to use the kettle stitch, I want my covers to be in the same fashion as my pages, but I want them thick enough that it'll give a nice sturdy front and back to the journal. So here's what I have started to do. I laid out some items that I think I want to use on here. And I took a piece of heavy cardstock. So this is pretty thick stuff. And what I want to do is decorate what would be the front and then the inside cover. And then I'll do the same for the back. I think I cut this too big, but we'll get it fixed. So this is another one of my gel prints that I turned into a digital. So I'm going to glue that down. I don't have my sewing machine out, or I could get my sewing machine and stitch this, but I think instead I'm just going to glue it. Oh no. Well, it could be some cat nip or human nip that you smell that smells like a skunk. That can also make your cats go wild. So hopefully not. Hopefully you don't have a skunk. Okay, so what I thought. This was a little long, so I'm going to trim that off. Yeah, it's not a pretty smell. Not at all. At our shop, because a neighbor lady was always feeding the cats, and she's supposed to pick up the excess cat food in the evenings, she was not, and because of that, the skunks were quite enjoying having free food. All right, I got a paper doily here. Do I want it to go to the edge like that? And then I went ahead and stamped the word journal. And then I thought I'd put that here, maybe kind of over both. And this is one of Norella's little images. Tomcat smell, yes. No, those I didn't draw. Those are from Norella Calico Collage. They're part of her watercolor flowers. I think it might be in the description box. I'm not positive. And if it's not, I'll let you know. I was just thinking human nip smell. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, because I know in Oklahoma it is medically legal. So one of her neighbors may have some really stinky stuff. All right, I'm going to glue down the... It's way stronger than the human nip. Oh dear. Well, you might want to call the office and say that there's a skunk in the yard, Robin, because that's not good. If somebody has a dog or kids and that skunk is not having a good day, it could spray someone. Okay. You don't have skunks there, Julie? No, you have lots of other critters that can kill you in Australia. You may not have skunks, but you have lots of other things. Oh dear. Every once in a while, if I can't sleep, I'll start watching some Facebook reels, and there's a guy called the Aussie Man that does voiceovers about different critters, and it's just so funny because he's like, I'm not a deadly koala. You just want to hug me, but I will scratch your eyes out. I believe you can't get rid of the smell of skunks the same because they are cute. Yeah, they are cute, but they're also easy opportunist. That's why that if you leave food out for other critters, a skunk, because it's easy, will come and eat that food. Hey, Rhonda, how's your trip? You grew up with funnel web spiders? I believe a skunk can be descented, but it's, again, considered cruel unless she's going to be a pet. And why would you want a feral animal as a pet? Okay, so I'm going to put that right here. Okay, I think that would look good for the front cover. What do you think? Just kind of keeping it somewhat simple. When you smell that outside, you change your Wi-Fi name to Mobile DEA Unit. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. I think I want to put this on the inside. Now, do we want to leave that blue border, or should I get some washi tape and put around the edge? Let me see what I have here. I have this one that's kind of a light blue or green teal color. Just got your peppermint. Yeah, you got to put peppermint in your diffusers. You're just finishing up with Creative World, heading to Austria. Awesome! That's wonderful, Rhonda. Yay! I'm so glad. If y'all look up Whisk and Glue, that's what I do. Rhonda Bennett on YouTube. You can check out her videos. I haven't gone to look yet, but I should. All right, so should I put washi tape or leave it? I'm kind of thinking of just leaving it. And this is a pocket. So I think what I'm going to do is glue this to where this side will be the opening. And we can put stuff in the pocket. Okay. All right. So first I'm going to glue down this part. I made these a while back and I didn't glue any of the tabs down in case I wanted it to be a left pocket or a right pocket or even a top loading pocket. Now that I'm going to have it a pocket. You like it plain? Okay. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this as a pocket on the page. Okay. Again, this is one of Norella's images here. I'm just going to center it on the page. These were all scraps that I put together. And then I cut them apart because there's another one here. So this is the other side. And I thought it'd be good to put it on the insides, in the front and the back. You have all kinds of critters, don't you? You'll keep the turkey, deer, etc. I have in your yard. Australia critters scare you. Yeah, they have some, quite a bit. Oh, hello, Aaron. That's awesome. Okay, I like that. And then I had this little pocket that I thought would be pretty to put on top of in case there was something we wanted to put in there as well. So I've got this little mixed media. This was a piece of music paper and some gel prints, and I did some gold glitter embossing. And then this was a watercolor flower that I made while I was on vacation. I took some watercolor paints with me and sat listening to, I think it was music trivia. What they did was they would play a snippet of a song, and then we had to guess the artist and the name or title of the song. So that was kind of fun. In the bush in northern, where the wild pigs can be very destructive. My father-in-law likes to go hunting in South Africa, and they went on a wild hog or wild boar hunt one time while he was there, and then he's done it again here in Oklahoma. I have a piece of cheesecloth just for Robin. Robin wasn't here last week because she worked, so she didn't see where I used cheesecloth. And I saw this on my desk, so I thought, well, I can use it. It's a little piece that's left over. Pick up the glue there. You had a mountain lion visit you at work once? Oh, wow. And a bear on your street, but nothing real scary. We have, in our area, we have some ducks that there's a storm drain. It's a little bitty creek, but it's designed as a storm drain. So then when it rains, it fills fast. It's flash flooding fast. So don't play in it. Don't try to put your boat in it because it's not that type of a creek. Well, there are some ducks that keep living back there. They'll make a nest. So we hear those. And then I've had a turkey nest in my front yard. We have all kinds of rabbits. The next door neighbor has an armadillo that likes to go around in his yard. And then I've had a raccoon that through an open window that I didn't realize was open. We call it a sunroom, a Florida room. It's a room that has windows all the way around, and I had one of those windows open to let some air circulate because it's an exterior room that isn't heated or cooled. And one night I went out because I heard a noise, and the dog's food, the little can that was in, had fallen on the floor. And I was like, what is that all about? And then I looked again, and a raccoon pops out of the box of food. And I was like, hey, what are you doing in here? And then that's when I figured out he came through a window because he went out that window. It was like, well, thanks for the free food. Well, then a little bit later, after I closed the window, I look, and he's standing there at the window like, are you going to let me in? I'd like some more food, please. You don't know that I would like to be chased by an emu. I've not been chased by an emu, but I have been chased by a Rhode Island red. No, was he a Rhode Island? Or was he a Yokohama? I think he was a Rhode Island red. He was a huge rooster. I would say, you can't see my hands. He was really quite tall. What is that? Oh, I guess that's too close. He was really tall. Probably, well, let's see. This would be 18 inches tall. And I know he was bigger than that. And he would chase me in my yard. Every time I'd go outside, he would chase me. And I was like, he's a scary thing because they have those little burrs on their feet and they'll flog you. And they do not feel good. All right, poke, poke, nudge, nudge. Y'all enter the raffle. Let me get my little raffle thing. We're going to pick a winner for 200 junk bucks. And then we're going to do a raffle for some mixed media papers. We'll start that in just a moment. Okay, let's put that right here. I don't have anything to put in either pocket right now, so we'll just leave it for now. Put those over here. You stay. Right there. Okay. All right, so that is going to be the front cover. This is going to be glued shut, so I just want to do the front and back, or front and inside. All right, y'all, are you ready? Yeah, geese. Yeah, we had geese too. When I was a kid, my mom loved raising geese. Well, they always thought she was their leader. And so anybody that would come into the yard, they would attack. And she also raised a turkey from an egg. And he thought my mother was his girlfriend. Oh, dear. All right, so on the back, I think what I want to do is just glue down a couple of pieces of paper So this would kind of match the front a little bit. And then I'll just fill in with this piece over here. All right, y'all ready? I see a couple more people getting in the raffle. And let's go here. I'm going to watch one more moment. We've had lots of critters. Guineas. Guineas are noisy, noisy birds. Oh my goodness, they're so noisy. They're good little watchdogs. All right, I'm just going to line this up with the edge and smooth that out. Oh, hey, Tony, how are you? Yeah, that's what I heard. That I was when I was a kid, I loved koalas. I had a little stuffed toy koala that I just loved, and it wasn't until later in life when I learned that koalas are not friendly. They are not happy little go-lucky critters that people think they are. Okay. The interested in dangerous animal chat. Yeah. So Tony, if you're watching, what's the most obnoxious animal you have ever had to deal with? Jennifer can answer for you. Hey Janice, welcome. Just been watching. Well, glad to have you here. All right, so that's going to be the back. So I'm going to flip this over. And then this is going to be the inside. So again, I think I'm going to glue down this tab. So that will be the opening to the big pocket. All right, let's pick a winner of 200 junk bucks while that dries. Giveaway. 200 junk bucks goes to da 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 da. The Mrs. Edmondson. Congratulations. All right, so I have a stack of some miscellaneous papers that I've made. There's a gel print. So if anybody wants to do a sewing themed, you can definitely get into the raffle for some sewing themed mixed media papers. That's how I would describe those. Open. All right, so y'all enter the raffle for that. All right, so now I'm going to glue this down. Yep. What's up, Hercules? Are you poking me again because you think I should feed you? Maybe Daddy will be home soon. I don't know what kind of work Henry had to do today. If he's not super busy or he's busy to a point that he can still listen, he'll usually play my video in the background. But if he has to really concentrate, he won't turn my video on, which I understand. He's got to concentrate on what he's doing. Okay. You have a possum fall down the chimney flue, and Dad had to take the metal plate out, and we ended up with suit. Oh no, that's so messy. All right, so now that'll be the inside, and then this will be the front, and that will be the back cover. I like it. All right, already picked the winner. Y'all into the next raffle. Oh no, he kept coming in the chimney, huh? So you had to deter that. Okay, so now Here are my journal pages. I know these have hearts on them, so I think I want to mix them around in my journal. So let's lay this out like this. Which one of these do I like for my inside first page? So if I were to lay this out, which one? Oh wait, that's the wrong way. I've got them. Do I have them? I did this one wrong. How funny. Oh well. But we could do that. Or I may save that for the last page. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's see. Maybe that one. So if I put this here, and then what do I want next? And I'm thinking maybe, let's go completely different color scheme. That'll go next. And then let's go with that one. And then this one. And then this one. And then this one. And that one. And that one. And that one. And then that's going to be the back inside cover. So I did make the cover a little bit bigger than my pages, and they're all going to be flush to this edge when I sew them together. So I made a template that I need to pierce the holes in my pages as well as my cover. So I'm going to get my little template and my awl. And I think what I want to do is stack a couple of these together and do them in groups. So let's do like 3. All right, so I'm going to get it all lined up and use some little clippies here. And I need to poke 5 holes for a kettle stitch. Now I'm not going to do very much of a true step-by-step tutorial for the kettle stitch. If you're looking for that, do a Google search, or if you really want me to slow down and do a kettle stitch tutorial, let me know. But basically the kettle stitch, you want probably at least 5, you can do more, stitches that you put into the pages, and you can stack the pages together. You don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the very back page and line these up so that they're the same. Okay, that's going to go there. So I'm just going to poke the holes through all of the pages that I'm going to be putting together. Okay, so that goes there. This goes there. I'm going to stack 3 more, just because if I do that, I can do multiples at one time. So get those all nested together. And then use my template. And it's a smart idea that when you make a template that you mark the top and the bottom, even though if you perfectly align them, which what I did was I marked the center and then I did a measurement so far from the top, and then I used the distance from the top and halfway distance between the middle by folding my piece of paper in half and poked the holes, and that's how I came up with my 5 holes. Okay, go there, go there, go there. Got these 3 to do. Okay. If you have a bookbinder's cradle, it makes it a lot easier to make sure that these pages are nested for punching your holes. Okay. Got all the holes punched. Oh, I got this backwards. That's the last page. Okay, this is going to go here, there, there, and then this one. I may have to go back through these again and make sure it's in the order that I want it to be, because I just did that wrong again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I'm getting ready to make a change. All right, so if we look at this, that's going to be the cover. That'll be the first page. I think I'm okay with that. The next page. The next page. I think I may change this one with this one. Yeah. And then maybe this one here. Yeah, I like that. Oh, nope, I don't want to do that either. It's the same. All right, let's swap these around. Let's see. Yeah, that works better, because then it's not the same sentiment. And then there's the back. Okay. All right, so I've got the pages stacked, not nested. Next, I'm going to clean my hands because they feel weird. Clean my hands. Put a little bit of some lotion on. I can't decide if I want to use it's a clear plastic thread, or if I just want to double the blue sewing thread. I think I'm going to use the sewing thread. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to feed it onto my needle. And of course, I don't have my other glasses, so I can see. Cut off that tip and thread my needle. What's nice about this is you don't have to worry about how long your thread is. You can always cut another piece if it's not quite long enough to bind your whole journal. But I am going to make it a little bit long to start with. And I'll cut this off and then we'll tie a knot. Okay. So I'm just going to do a multi knot here. Okay. So to start a kettle stitch, you're going to open up your page, and on the very first page, you're going to start, and I'm going to make sure that I leave a little bit of a tail on the inside, and then you're going to go back to the inside, and then you're going to basically go zigzag in and out, top to bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to go back on the first one and do the whole thing again. I'm also going to make sure that these are tight stitches. I don't want them flopping around. And that's going to be important because later we are going to use those first stitches to place the next stitches. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tie a knot. Since this is going to be covered up anyway, you could just weave it back through and just make sure that your knot that you made on the first is pretty sturdy. Okay, so now I'm going to go back through that first hole. And then there's my string. So now I'm going to take my next page. I'm going to line it up with the stitches I've already made. I'll use some little clippies. Get a couple little clippies here. I'll get some smaller ones. Okay, so this should be lined up with all of the holes. I'll mark this one. All right, so now we've got the first stitch. We're going to go through the top hole of our first page. Okay, then you're going to come back through to the front, and you don't want it to get caught on things. Okay, and then I'm going to slip through this stitch here and around. Okay, so it's actually gone around that first stitch, and I probably should have picked a different color, but I didn't want it to show up too much. So I'm going to tighten it up, and then I'm going to go back through my journal page that I'm adding, come back through. All of a sudden I can't see it. There it is. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go under and under that stitch as soon as I can get a hold of it. There it is. And then I'm going to go back through the hole. And this is how we're going to bind the pages together. Okay, go to the next one. And then I can't see, so I need to get my other glasses. That blue thread is blending right in with the blue of my cardstock. All right, so now I'm going to go back through here. Okay, and then I'm going to go here. So on this one, I'm going to wrap around. Okay. And I want to make sure that all of those are pretty tight. Looks like I got a little loopy right there. So I'm tightening it up a little bit. Trying to anyway. There we go. There we go. All right, so I've gone around the top one, but I'm not going to go back to the middle because I need to be able to go up and out of my journal. So what I am going to do is cut another length of thread and tie this off together so that I can keep going on the next page. So thread this. It'll take a little bit of thread. Yes, so if you're limited on how much thread you have, this may not be the technique you want to use. All right, I can't get it to go through there. Come on. There we go. I need to put a really nice needle threader over here that maybe has like a um, hole to hang it, I guess you could say, like a keychain or something like that, type of a charm adapter to it. Maybe I'll look for a fancy needle threader that I can leave over here. I have some. They're just in the sewing kit. All right, so I'm going to take this, although I did tie this string in a knot, but I am going to wrap it around and tie this off. Okay, I'm going to make a couple of knots. There. I'm going to leave the tail in case I need it later on. And I'm going to grab the next journal page. Make sure that I'm putting it the right side up. I'm going to lay this one down next to the first one. Okay. And I'm lining up the holes that I've punched. I'm going to clip it together so it won't move around on me. Okay. Now I'm going to take my thread that I just added, and we're going to go through what is now the bottom hole. Okay. Oop. All right. And then we're going to come up through the middle of this page. And we're going to do the same technique where I'm going to go between the cover and the first page that I added. And I'm going to add a stitch. I may have to do it where, come on. I guess I'm going to have to do this a little differently. Just for a moment. If I loosen this up, oh, I still got that hooked. Where'd my needle go? Oh, there it is. It's like I couldn't get it to, there we go. There we go. I couldn't get it to pop through the 2 pages. All right, so I'm going to tighten that back up. Now I'm going to go back through. This is not super easy, but at the same time, it's really not that complicated. It's just you've got to be consistent. Oh, don't do that to me. I'm doing shorter pieces so that hopefully they won't get tangled, but best laid plans. All right, let's come back up. And then we're going to slide between the page and the cover. I don't know why I'm having an issue today with this. When I was practicing, it was working just fine. I think it's the angle, and I need to come from the top down. Okay, so I'm tightening it up, and go back through the hole. You will see the thread down the middle, so if you don't like that look, you may want to use a thread that blends a little better. Like you could use the filament line, the clear. Fishing line is another thing you could use as well. Okay. Go through here. All right, so now lay the next one. I know, it's real exciting, isn't it? All right, line it up, line it up. I think we can get another page here, so line that up. All right, so we're going to go back through here. All right, so I'm going to make that snug, and then we're going to go through this first one, or actually the page right next to it, not the very first page. Okay, and then back through. Okay. Back through. Do. Yeah, it is hard to see for sure, but if you don't want to see it, that is an option. All right, I'm trying to make sure I don't have any slack as I'm doing the stitches. I'm going to loop it through. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and tie this off and start a new one because this isn't going to be quite long enough. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. Come on now. Get a new one. Hey, call me Glitter. Welcome. I am stitching together some pages using what is known as the kettle stitch. Got a little longer. I don't know why I tied a knot in that, because I'm going to just do this and tie these together. Well, I said I was going to tie it together. There it goes. Tying these together. All right, I'm going to cut off the excess here. Okay. So now I've got that page added. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess here as well. And I'm going to lay the next page down. So again, making sure I'm putting it right side up. I'm going to line it up with the others that I punched the holes and clip it into place so it doesn't move on me. Concertina style. I'll have to look at what a concertina is actually before I say, yes, that's right. All right, so we're going to come in here and go through the bottom hole. Make sure that I'm not getting tangled in all the things. Just going to pull that through to the inside. Okay. And then the next hole. All right, and then I'm going to slip it under the last journal page that I added. A curved needle might also help if anybody has a problem with using a straight needle for this. You like the pictures and bright colors? Well, thank you. This was from a calendar that was given to me, and I was trying to figure out a way to use those images where you could see the whole page. And that's when I started going back and trying to look at different binding techniques, and I was reminded of the kettle stitch. It's been a long time since I've done this stitch. All right, and go back through here. If you're using really thin papers, you will probably want to reinforce where you're putting your holes, because it does put, where's the hole? There it is. It does put a little bit of stress on the book if your holes aren't super strong. Okay. All right, I had it and then it twisted on me. Come here. All right, so now we're at the top of the page, so we're going to get the next one. Line that up. I may not be getting it tight enough. I may have to kind of tighten this up. Okay. So now we're going to go through this hole. Go back out. Where is it? There it is. Oops. It's caught around the corner. Come on. Oh, constant turn, it does a zigzag. Okay, yeah, but that wasn't the look I wanted. I didn't want a zigzag. I wanted them to be like they are. Separate pages, all lined up together. Okay. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. After a while, you kind of get used to how this technique works, and it'll start to come together rather quickly. All right, I'm trying to get this last one lined up. Come on. I'm going to make a stitch here. Essentially kind of making a knot here because I feel like I need to secure this a little better. Okay, there we go. I have a little bit of length, so I think I'm going to go ahead and lay the next page, and if it's not enough, then I will just cut another piece. Okay. Okay. Oop, I dropped it. This way is great too. You think it'll look awesome? Well, I hope so. All right. So we're going to go this one. Go here. Oopsie. How did I manage to do that? That's crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to loop that under here. Okay. Oops, I got to make sure that I don't catch that first stitch on the spine. Apparently I keep poking it through and hitting that. It's like watching paint dry, right? This is so exciting. Watch me stitch a book together. Okay. Alright, I think we're going to make it to the last hole on this page before I run out of thread. There it is. And I think I'm going to do what I did, is go ahead and make a stitch so that it has a knot here. And hopefully it won't move around too much. So just so you can see how this is coming together. This will be glued shut when I'm done. But here's the first page glued in or stitched in. Here's the next one. Okay. And it lays flat. Here's the next one. Here's the next one. Here's the last one that I've done so far. Okay. All right, let's do the next. So I'm going to get this one, line it up, and then I'll clip it into place. I'm finding that if I have what the last page that I put together closest to me, and then adding, I think I need this one. There we go. And then use this one. It's starting to get thicker, so it was being difficult to put it together. All right, so I'm going to cut this and get another thread. If I can find the end, there it is. Well, I'm using up some of my thread. All right, so I'm doing probably 3 times the height of my journal, and I'm able to get 2 pages sewed together, if that helps anybody in what I'm doing. Put the scissors over there. Let's take this and tie it off. Okay. All right, so I'm just trying to make sure that that's pretty tight together, and then I'll cut off the excess and start stitching. All right, so we're going to go through at the end here, the top hole, pull that through. The knot came through to the other side, and then I'm going to pop up through here. Try not to get it tangled. And then do my stitch. And then keep going. You kind of get the concept of it now? Your brain's not gasping this right now. And it does kind of take a little bit to think about it. Robin, when you do look at somebody else's tutorial of how they do it, get you some scraps of paper and follow along. That's the best thing I can tell you to do, is to get a little piece of paper and kind of play with it. Kept a couple of pieces of paper. That's what I did. I made I don't see it here. I made a little sample to kind of get, here it is, to kind of get an idea of how this was going to be put together. But basically, you're just kind of doing, there's another, is it called a ladder stitch? It's kind of another technique, I think, where, because you're stitching across the pages and going through to bind it all together. Well, apparently I'm creating a knot where I don't want one. Okay. You could also wax your thread so that it doesn't knot up on you. Okay. Make sure I don't have it tangled. Okay. Back through. That's kind of what I do almost any time that I get inspired to make something that I either haven't done before or haven't done in a while. I will get out a couple of pieces of paper that are going to be appropriate and make whatever the item is as I watch a tutorial or make a prototype before I do it on whatever I think is going to be my final project. I'm just going to make a couple of stitches here. Just type !raffle, and then if you win, make sure you go over to my website at lindaisrael.com and use the contact me form after you create a user account and input your mailing address, because I'm going to be mailing this out. All right, get this lined up again. Okay. All right, go through and around, just back and forth. You got it. You're in now. Okay, and we're going to come up this way where I can see it. My stuff keeps falling over here. This is one of those techniques that just takes a little bit of time to get through the whole process. But I think I'm going to like it when I'm done. Yay! Come on. There it is. I couldn't find the hole. Okay. And stitch this down. Okay. All right. We're going to do a raffle here in just a couple of minutes. And then I have a handmade raffle that Raven made. I thought I had already given all of them away, and I found some more. So I thought, well, I need to get those away. That's why she sent them to me. through. Last page. Okay, I'm going to make a stitch with a knot. Which I think will help kind of keep it a little more stable. Not like a horse that you put in a stall. Not that kind of stable. Alright, let's put this one down. Oopsie, the card fell out. Go back. Alright. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. It looks like I've got a page and the cover. Get that pinched together. And then we'll be done stitching it. Alright, so we're going to go through to the inside. And then back out. Whoops. Okay, trying to make sure it didn't get tangled. Slip it under that stitch. Trying to make sure I keep it tight. I may not be doing the best job at that. Oh, good. Well, thank you. I hope that you enjoyed today's live, and definitely go back and check out some of my other videos. I have a ton of different types of junk journal tutorials, so love to have you come back and hang out with us again. Check out my Facebook groups. I got the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group, as well as By Linda Israel. The links should be in the description box, and I have a Facebook page as well. And how'd you come to find me today? Call me Glitter. All right, trying to go back through. Come here. There we go. And right here. All right, get the stitch this one, and then we're going to do the cover. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do the raffle for the mixed media papers. Just going to tie this off. Okay. Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad you stopped by. I kind of love junk journals too. All right, so I'm going to get this lined up and clip it. I may actually do this side first, I think. Okay. There we go. All right, so here is, I'll need to add some more thread to this in a moment, but we're going to make our last line of stitches. Stitch that one. The junk journal algorithm. Well, I'm glad you found me. I love the junk journal community. I'm with you there. There's so many creative people out there that do these different techniques and styles, so you can pretty much find whatever it is that you enjoy. I think I'm going to go ahead and tie off some more thread here. I won't need as much, but I want a little bit. Okay. If you have a YouTube channel, you can't share a link, but you can state in the chat that, hey, I have a YouTube channel, and then y'all can mark down their names and follow each other if you so choose. I haven't decided what I'm going to do next week. I really need to use up some more of my gel prints. I know that I have a couple of unfinished journals that I would like to work on. So what do you want me to do? You want me to use up some more gel prints or pull out my random pile of projects and finish one? I think I have a traveler's notebook that I haven't finished, but I'm not positive. And then I know I have a it's a horse themed journal, one of Norella's digital kits that I need to finish, and I haven't done that yet. Okay. You want to see my gel prints finish a project? You want to see my gel prints? I have a few. Finish a project might be a good idea. Okay, well, I'll look around at my projects. I saw the other day that I had some more of the masculine journal that I started a couple of years ago. I don't know if that's something I want to do as a live stream. Are you interested in a masculine journal? You can get an idea of it if you go to my main YouTube page and then do a search for masculine. All right, so I'm going to go back to the inside here. And I'm going to use this to tie off the stitch inside, and then we'll cut this free. Yeah, it's been a while. Lee says, horse! All right, that'll be good. Save my needle. All right, let's pick a winner of the mixed media papers that I have here. This one's an actual gel print there. Yeah, it was a couple of years back. It's been a couple of years. All right, let's pick a winner of the papers. I need a piece of paper so I can write it down. And I need a pen. All right, the winner is Julie Parker. All right, so I'll put that together and mail that out to you. All right, let's reset this. Yes, and we're going to say journal from Raven. And I'll show that journal here in just a moment. So now what I'm going to do is I want to glue this shut. Now you could glue this as a pocket, but I want the thickness of the cover, the stability of it. So I'm just going to put a nice little amount of glue in the cover here. All right, and then I'm going to squeeze this shut. All right. And then let's go around to the front cover and do the same thing. All right. Just kind of smoothing out the glue. Cleaning out the excess glue. See if the back cover is glued. Yeah. I think I could sign it right there. So I think I'm going to get my little rubber stamp. This journal made by. Yeah, I got it right side up. All right, I'm going to stamp it right here. There we go. Get my pen and sign it. And this was February 10th, 2025. Put that over here. It's still smoothing out the cover. All right, so let's flip through. It's a little gator mouth, but here's the spine. So you can kind of see it's not moving too much, but a little bit. It has a little bit of movement to it. You love the papers? Thank you. All right, so this was an image from Calico Collage, and this is a gel print in the background that I use. Rubber stamp, a little bit of doily. And then this was a piece of cardstock that I cut to be 9 inches tall by 11.5 inches wide, and I folded it. And then this is a pocket here, so we can put something big in there, and there's a pocket there. This is another one of Norella's images. These are some of my pages that I made with all my scraps, and just kind of did a Franken page and put it all together. This is another gel print right here, and I have turned that into a digital. Another mixed media paper here, rubber stamp, rubber stamp. And then this was from a bulb catalog where they sent you pictures and had information about different types of flowers and bulbs that you could buy. And then this is one of the pages. Okay, thank you, Call Me Glitter. Yeah, it's kind of, you like the spine, and you can even add some other stuff in with the spine if you so choose. Okay, this is from a calendar, and then here's the next page, and we made this one today. This again is some wallpaper. Another gel print there, gel print here, and then this is a piece of soda can. Another one of the calendar pages. I love the colors in this particular one. This is just a little notepad of paper that's on a file folder. And, oops, come on. This pocket was a little snug. Yes, each time I do a new raffle, you have to join again. Yes. And then this is a journal card that I made out of some scraps to go there. Got writing here and here. Another one of the soda cans. Another one of the calendar pages. This is another gel print that I made a while back. It's hard to see on this side because I covered it up, but you can see more of it here. And this is where I cleaned off my gel plate, and I would lay my piece of paper on there, and I picked up all these different ones. And then I had a piece that I scanned into my computer, and then I took some others that I made and pieced it all together. It was kind of fun what I did. More butterflies. This is another mixed media page. This is transforming undesirable paper to desirable, because we're not going to say they were ugly. This is a gel print of a leaf from my garden. Another page on the calendar. Did some stenciling. This was a piece of paper that I got from the Dollar Tree. And this is a piece of one of my mixed media transforming the papers. Did a little stenciling, was it last week maybe? This was in my stash, and it's just taking book pages and layering them all up and rubber stamping on them. And then in here I used some junior legal notepads that I stamped around the edges, and that gives us some writing space. Made a vertical pocket. Another one of Norella's images. Another one of Norella's images, but I resized it on my computer. It's actually supposed to be a domino size, and I made it a lot bigger. So you can kind of see what this turned out to be with all the beautiful images. The last page, back cover, another pocket here, and then there's the back. I hope you like that. All right, let's look at this journal from Raven real fast. So Raven has used some of this crocheted trim. This is wallpaper. She's got some muslin fabric here. And then she has a pocket inside. Just some random papers. Like this is a photograph. It may be a business card. I think it is. Page out of a encyclopedia, possibly. Music. A gardening page or two, it looks like. Another encyclopedia about animals. Coloring book page. So you kind of get a true idea of using different types of junky items. I love the colors of the photos of the flowers. Okay. I'm back. Well, I hope she's well. So this is just a quick flip through of the journal that Raven made. And I'll just take this and tie it around like that. Let's pick a winner. Let me get my notepad again so I can write down the name. And if you win today, make sure that I have your mailing address. Okay? All right. The winner is Let me get over here. All right. Everybody in. Oh, let me do this. Everybody in the raffle. Thank y'all for being here today. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I put this journal together. It was kind of fun to give it a try. I like the way that it came together. And as some of the others have said, I love all the color that's in here. Fun, fun, fun. All right, let's pick a winner. The winner is Leah. All right, let me write down your name. All right. I've got your name here on my little note. Make sure I have your mailing address. Again, thank y'all for being here today. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. You're inspired to do some creating. I really like how this turned out. Get your supplies out, make a little something, and definitely share it with me on social media. Just tag my name. Invite your friends next time and or send them the video today so they can kind of get an idea of my style, and what I shared today maybe will inspire them. Do something kind for somebody else out there. You never know what someone else is going through, and your act of kindness could be the make or break of the day for them. So I definitely hope that you will do that and make someone's day that much special. All right, everybody, have an amazing week. And thank you so very much for hanging out with me. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your friendship and chatting with me today. I hope you're having a great week. We'll see you next week. We're going to finish a project. I'm going to look. To see what I have that I can finish. So y'all have an amazing week, and thank you so very much. Bye-bye, everybody.